I'm Brother Đạt Nguyện. It means fulfill aspiration. And I have ordained in the Sangha since 2013. So in Thailand, and here I see some friends very familiar with me, work with me, and play and have a retreat in Bangkok, in Chiang Mai, and I'm very happy that I still see you here in the Sangha and practice with the Sangha, and also many friends here in this room, the Sangha Joyful Garden Sangha from Singapore, and many friends that I cannot see the face, hidden face. So the question from everyone is about the world change rapidly. How to be with the uncertainty. You know that we live in the environment that changed recently, and it changed so much from the confliction between the countries, and it's happened many things. And how can we practice? How can we can calm our mind and dwell in the present moment with many things changes surrounding us? You know that as a monastic, I stay in the monastery, and I have a protection by the Sangha. Every day I have a schedule. I practice with the Sangha, and I feel very fortunate when I have this kind of environment to stay in the Sangha. And I have a chance to learn the Dharma, to practice the Dharma, to live with the Sangha. It's very fortunate for me. But I know that you are outside and you have to do many things for your life. You have to earn money, have to work. But luckily you also have the Sangha. And by coming to the Sangha, you can get nourished by the Sangha, by the practice of the Sangha. At least you can come to the Sangha once a week or once a month. You know that when I was a lay friend, I came to the Sangha every night to do sitting meditation. So around 7 p.m. I went to the Sangha. There was a house that's one elder sister that she practiced every day. And after finish the school, finish the university, I joined the Sangha because I want to practice sitting meditation. To sit with the Sangha, it very nourished me. And you know that in a day many things happen to me. Study, take the examination. So sometimes I learn a lot and study a lot, and it met my mind a lot of information. And at the time at night I just let everything go and just go to the Sangha and practice with the Sangha. And it helps me a lot. When I just do the sitting, sit in the Sangha, come back to the breathing in and breathing out just for 30 minutes, and then I can let it go all the worries, all the tensions I have, and it's very useful. So if you stay outside, you have the Sangha, so please make use of that. You can practice together as a Sangha. I know that many lay friends, they don't have a Sangha nearby, and they practice online in the morning. In the early morning, they get up around 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and they just turn on join the Zoom, and they see each other and they do sitting meditation. So it's very good for us that to maintain the practice every day, so that we can maintain the mindfulness energy every day. Otherwise, you just practice once a week or once a month is not enough. You know, as a monastic living in the Sangha, we protected by the Sangha, and we have a schedule every day, but sometimes we still have difficulties. So sometimes we still have a difficulty because of habit energy, but thanks to the practice, we recognize it and we overcome that difficulties by the practice. So first of all, living in the Sangha, have the Sangha, come together, practice with the Sangha is very important. And the second thing is you practice according to the 5 mindfulness training. So 5 mindfulness training help you to protect you from consuming something that bring the toxins to your body and to your mind. For example, many lay friends that they see that they read news every day and they feel overwhelmed by the bad news. So we know our limit, and we choose the news because you know that outside they often put something relate to the suffering, relate to the violence. And if we water the news like that every day, is water the bad seeds, the seeds of sorrow, anxiety. We see when we read the bad news every day, we water the seeds of anxiety inside of us, and it's accumulate. Of course, the news can tell us many things. We know the suffering outside, but the way we consume it, the way we read the news too much, and it's bring us the worries about the future. So we know we limit we limit how to consume the things like read news every day. For me, I also read news, but I choose the news that because I also want to know the suffering outside, and I just read something and to nourish my bodhicitta. So you know that in the we have 4 kinds of nutriment that you know already. The first nutriment is edible food. Edible food is a food that we eat through our mouth, and we know how to choose the food to eat. If you are vegetarian, you know that when you eat vegetarian, you can nourish your body and your mind, and also you can nourish the earth. One day that when I eat the food in the Sangha, I contemplate on the food I eat, and when I just eat the vegetable, eat the tofu, the plant, and I know that when I eat these things, the world will decrease the food. You know that the food they feed the cow that is have a lot of food to feed the cow, and if we eat meat and we consume a lot of plants, a lot of food can feed the cow, and it's create the environment problem, and it affects to us some ways. So when I eat vegetarian, I see that I can nourish my body, nourish my mind. I know that I can protect the earth in many ways like that. So even though you don't have a chance to eat vegetarian, but you eat in such a way that you can enjoy the eating is very important. Every day we have a meal, right? We have 3 meals a day. And do you enjoy eating the meal in a day? When we eat, we often that is the habit energy that when we have the meal, we often do something else. We are not really focused on the meal we have eaten. So by the simple way that just focus, just be aware of what you have eaten, just what you have in front of you, and you enjoy the eating. That is a practice that we can do it every day, and it can and when you practice mindfulness in the meal time, so you don't need to take the other time for sitting, for meditation, but the meal time is a time for meditation also. So in our daily life, you eat in such a way that you can really enjoy the eating. And when we eat, we stop our thinking. We have a tendency to think too much while we do something, like we eat. And that is our habit energies. And when you eat, even the cake, the rice, the food, so stop, look at that, and you can chew it. Follow your in-breath and out-breath. Taste the texture of the food, whether it is sweet or bitter, so you know clearly what you have eaten. And by the way of eating, you stop the thinking mind. By the way of eating. So prepare yourself in your family that you have a time to eat. Don't rush. The people outside, they rush to do something, and it's easy to affect us by that energy of rushing. You live outside and you see the people rushing, and it pushes you, and that energy also affects us of rushing to do something. So practice of mindfulness is the practice that can help you recognize that if you are rushing, you know that you are rushing, and you stop rushing. Be aware of that. Be aware of the tendency of rushing inside us. Whether you do something, is that the energy of rushing push behind you or not? You want to finish it or not? It's very important. Do you enjoy doing things like eating? And in the practice of meditation, we have two kinds of practice. First is stopping, and the second is contemplating. So stopping, so you don't need to contemplate right away, because when you jump into the contemplation, for example, when you eat, you see the sun, the farmer, the water, the rains, and it's easy. You are easy to carry away by that thinking, that the perception of things. So when we eat, first of all, we need to stop the thinking mind. Stop the thinking. Enjoy the food in front of you. Enjoy the chewing. You can count how many chewing, how many times that you chew the food. So stopping. First, don't contemplate on the things. Let it. We practice it later. And when you can calm your mind become peaceful, and then you can look deeply into the food, and you see that it has many elements in order to have the food in front of you. So you see, you have the food in front of you. You see that it's from the cellar, it's from the sun, from many conditions that come together into the food and to nourish your body. And that is the practice of contemplation. You see the relation between the food and the things surrounding you, the things that it seems not relevant to the food, but actually it's very relevant to the food, even though the ancestors is many things, the universe. So when you can have a capacity to see that the food you eat is come from the universe, that is the insight that we can practice in every day. So it changed the mind, it changed the way of our thinking. So we are not a separate self, we interact with each other. So by the way of contemplation every day, it changed the way of thinking. You know, in our mind we have in the Buddhist psychology, we have eight layer of mind. 8 layer of mind. If you study about the manifestation only, you see that we have the 5 senses: the eye, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the body, and behind that is the mind consciousness. So the mind consciousness here, and we have 5 senses, 5 organs. So because of the mind consciousness here, we have the 5 organs. And you know that what is the base, the foundation of the mind consciousness? The foundation of the mind consciousness, the root is the manas. The manas is the self, and within that we are the separate self, and it's fed. If we think that we are the separate self, it's a fed to the way of thinking. We are different with others, we are different with the trees, the sun, the father, the mother, the friends. So we train ourselves to think in a different way, that in one thing there contains many things. So this is the practice of contemplation. And by the practice, stopping and contemplation, that is very that is the foundation of the practice of meditation that we practice every day to deal with the suffering that we have, if we have in daily life. And so the world outside, it changed so much. In the days, we receive many news. Actually, the world always changes like that. But we don't know. Sometimes it have a big change, and we recognize that, oh, it's a change. It's a change. But actually, it changes every day. Every day we recognize. Do we recognize that change or not? Someone asked about the manas, bottom of the 8. So the manas is we call the 7th layer, the 7th layer, and the 8th layer is stored consciousness. That is contain everything in that. So store consciousness, manas here, and then the mind's consciousness is here, and the mind's consciousness is the foundation for the 5 senses. The 5 senses, the manas. So we understand that, and we practice stopping and contemplation in order to break through the way of the manas, the way of the manas work. So today I just share with you the practice of stopping and contemplation. Is very important in our daily life in order to anchor your mind among the things that happen in the world. If you don't have a capacity to stop your mind's change, follow the world outside. So whenever you walk, pay attention to your walking. Pay attention to your walk, to your step. So walking in such a way that you can stop the mind. So you know already the basic practice at the Sangha, the basic practice. When we walk, we don't rush to walk. You can walk in the fast pace, but you can be aware of your walking. You walk in such a way that you can enjoy the walking. And there's many ways that you can enjoy the walking by the counting. For example, you count, breathing in, you take 3 steps, breathing out, you take 3 steps, in and out, like that. And that is the way that we can stop our thinking mind. Come back to the present moment. Stop the thinking mind. What else? The activities in your daily life, the walking, the eating, using the toilet, also the good time for us to rest. So you can create a good habit energy in your daily life. It's very important. For me, I maintain that habit in my daily life. For example, of course, in the monastery we eat vegetarian, but I also choose the food that good for my body. In the afternoon, in the evening, I don't eat too heavy, so that I can sleep well. I sleep early at night, and I feel light in my body, and I wake up early in the morning, sometimes 3:30, and it's easy for me to study something, and I go to sitting. After that, sitting meditation with the Sangha. And at the evening, I also have the habit of practice exercise. So exercise is very useful for us. Do you have a time to practice exercise every day? So this is the good way to balance us between among many things happen, because body and the mind are one. If you know how to take care of your body, you can have the peace of you can have the peaceful mind. It relates to each other. So you can arrange your activities in a day that is good for you to maintain the habit, the good habit energy. Like eat the food that good for your body, do the exercise, sleep well at night, and also have a time to study and practice the Dharma. So by the ways of practice, we day by day, it's become our way of living. Whenever have the difficulties rise up, we can recognize it right away, and we can take care of that. We can take care of that difficulties. So nourish yourself in your daily life. Nourish yourself in your daily life. You can read to the good book to read, and have the discussion within the Sangha. Come together, read books and have a discussion. And day by day, you can deepen the practice and the study. Deepen the practice and the study. Two things go together. Not only the practice, but you also study and practice go together, and you can deepen the practice day by day. So whenever the feeling coming up like uncertainty, you recognize it right away. Recognize how it was, how it is in our body, in our mind right now. So take one moment to recognize it right now. What is happening right now in your body, in your mind? May we listen one sound of the bell. You know, I'm sitting here in the monastery. Do you hear the sound of the insects? They are singing. And sometimes we can come back to the present moment to enjoy what is happening in this moment. Stop for a while and recognize it at your space. So stopping in a day, many times in a day, to recognize what is happening in this moment is very important to stop our mind. And also, if you have some difficulties with the relationship, so find the chance to reconcile between you and the people who live with you in the family or in the Sangha. Stay happy with that, with the person, with the friends who are practicing with you in the family, in the Sangha. We know sometimes in the monastery we also have a problem, the difficulties, and thanks to the practice of beginning anew, we can come together and we met the relationship is new again. And it can bring us that is the practice of us. If we see the difficulties within the people who live surrounding us, so I already tell about the edible food. The second is the sense impressions, what you consume in a day, reading news, the way you consume the things is very important. Watch the television, watch the film, listen to the music, so you know what is good and what is not good for your mind, so that you can stop consuming it. Sense impression relate to our eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth, and the body. So you see that in a day, what is the things that you consume, and it's come to your mind, it's come to your consciousness, and we know what is the things that nourish us and what are the things that not nourish us, so we stop consuming it. The second is a sense impressions. The third one is a volition. So the volition is what do you want to do the most in your life? What do you want to do in the most in your life? Many people they put the wealth. They want to be a rich person, and they earn money, and they put all the purpose on that, and they run and they rush. So you practice in such a way that you put the purpose, the meaningful purpose in your life. What do you want to do in your life? So for me, when I was in the past, I have difficulties, and at that time my mind is very unstable. I don't know how to go. There are many ways to go at that time, and my practice still not solid enough. My mind changed so much at that time. I don't know which way I should go. So at that time I come to the Buddha, and I kneel down and I contemplate on the suffering, and I see that I have a lot of suffering. My family have a lot of suffering. The society have a lot of suffering. There is the war happening. There is the conflicts, the confliction in the family. The wife and the husband have a confliction. They are not happy, and so many things I contemplate on the suffering, and then from that I give rise to aspiration that I want to practice. So deep inside us, we have the aspiration, and whenever we have an aspiration strong enough, it push ourselves go forward and overcome the difficulties in our life. So the volition, the aspiration, our aspiration is very important. If we don't have the intention to practice, we just want to play, go to the Sangha, just want to play or have a choice, conversation to each other, that is not enough. So deep inside us, we need to have the aspiration to transform ourselves, to help the other, and that energy then can push you go further in the practice. And the final one is consciousness. The fruit of the consciousness is this is the fruit of something that you consume in the communities, in the environment. You live with the people that have the same path of transformation of the practice, so you are easy to affect to that person, to that people. But if you live with the people that they have another direction, you are easy to affect to that people. So you contemplate on that 4 kinds of food that you are consuming in your daily life. The first is the edible food. The second is a sense impression. The third is the volition, whether you have a strong aspiration to practice. And the fourth is the consciousness, the fruits of the consciousness, the environment you stay with. So these 4 things can help you to deal with the uncertainty happen outside the world. You know that you have the protection. So these kinds of foods can help us, can protect us. That is something happening in the world outside. And for lazy day, we do you have the lazy day in a weekend? Some people they work 6 days and they have 1 lazy day. In the monastery we have 1 lazy day, the Monday. And on Monday we have no schedule, and we just go to another room to just hang out with each other. So practice lazy day, practice lazy is also very important. Sometimes you just take a rest, drink tea with your friends without doing nothing. So lazy day, some people they have the lazy day, but they don't know how to practice in the lazy day, and invite the friends to drink, and they go to the party, and their energy easy to run out after that. So we know how to practice in a lazy day that can nourish yourself. Enjoy the things that you like to do in a lazy day. How to rest, drink tea with your friends. So in summarize today, I already shared with you two things. In the practice we have stopping and contemplation. That can help you. If your mind is thinking too much, you need to practice stopping. Don't jump into the contemplation right away. Stopping while you walk, while you eat. And then when you have a capacity to stop, you can practice contemplation. Contemplation on the impermanence, on the non-self, on the interbeing, and it liberates you from the suffering, from the self. And the second things today's I would like to share is you contemplate on the food that you eat, 4 kinds of food, 4 kinds of nutriment: the edible food, the sense impressions, the volition, and the consciousness, the fruits of the consciousness. And how to enjoy the lazy day. Don't need to be busy all the time. The people outside, they want to be busy. They don't have a capacity to just sit without doing anything. So it is a challenge for us that to do nothing. And finally, I want to say thank you everyone that pay attention to my sharing. I'm just receiving the lamb last year, and I still on the way of practice. And I'm on the way of practice, and practice with you. We are on the same way, and we practice and we support each other. So I hope that you can bring the practice, apply it in your daily life to get benefit of that. So thank you for your listening.